happens to be 12 and a half. Down here it needs to be 12 and a half.
Okay.
This side is not 12 and a half, it's 11 and a half, but it needs to be the same to make this fold on the grain. So you can see the fabric has got a fold line down the middle where it was on the bolt. So I just folded into that fold line.
Okay.
And this actually should have been straight, because when you snip and rip a fabric and you've got one thread that runs from one length of the selvage edge to the other, which is happening here, it should be, these edges should lie straight together, but they're not. And this is an example of something being off grain I was talking to you about. If I tried to match this up here, you see what's happening here? How it starts going off grain. So you can kind of tell when you fold it. Like I started folding this, matching them up, and I can see already it's twisting. So I'm just gonna move it off like this. This is lying flat, so I know that my fold lines are on grain, okay? So you've got your fabric set up. You wanna press it before you fold it out. Oh, you have to get it off somebody else.
Yeah,
so
somebody airdropped it.
then we're gonna put the center front and the center back on the fold, right? And we're gonna leave some room at the top, because although we're adding 5/8 of an inch around this one, on a muslin, because you're fitting it to a body, you would leave an inch, and you'd probably leave a couple of inches on the bottom, but we'll go over that. So just draw around it. Make sure you
Get the notches.
get the notches, yeah. Make sure you get your hip line, because that's something that's relevant.
And you said half an inch from the grain line of the
seam allowance?
yeah, sorry.
No, we're gonna leave an inch.
Okay.
So, okay, so we've got that. Then we've got our little dots. Now, so you see the fold line here? You also want to mark that. So it's a bit kind of tedious, and I'm not going to go all the way down because you'll be here till Timbuktu. But basically, that's what you want to see, and kind of not crummy like that, nice. So you want the center front or the center back marked. This is the center back. And then you also want your hip line marked. And then you draw your dots in. Oh, sorry, went a bit wonky. Okay, so now you're going to add an inch all the way around on the side seam and the waist. So you can use this little ruler and line it up.
And that's 1 inch, right?
That's 1 inch, yeah. It's 1 inch because of the fitting. And leave 2 inches on the bottom on the hem.
So 1 inch around and 2 at the bottom.
One all around and 2 at the bottom. So could somebody pass me a piece of that carbon paper, please? It's behind Erica. Thank you. Just stick it down, please, Ryan. Thanks.
So when we make ours, do you want us to do it in like a marker, or do you want it on something that will go away?
Yeah, no, do a marker. So these rulers are 2 inches, so you can line it up if you have one, and just go across like that, right? So now we need all the markings on the underneath, right?
You can get that type of ruler at Joann's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I got mine from.
So this was on your supply list.
Tracing wheel.
So yeah, and probably some of you have got it. If you put this underneath, you want all those markings. This is where we're gonna cut, right? So we don't need that, but we do need this is our stitch line. We need the hip line, and we need the dot. So you can use your tracing wheel. Make sure I'm far over. Sometimes you might go a little wibbledy with this, so you can use your ruler. I think I've gone a little wibbledy. Right. So and if you're doing this at home and you don't have one of these, I would put a magazine underneath, because if you're doing it on something really hard, somehow it doesn't like dig in. And if you want to take a piece of that carbon paper, you can, because there's a lot. Alright, so see underneath, you can see I've got all my markings, right?
Voila.
Right, so now the only thing I'm missing is my center back line, which I'm gonna do. So go away for a few minutes. I'm gonna do exactly the same on this side, unless you want to watch it. If you want to solidify it in your mind, you're welcome to. And then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how to put it all together. So
Okay.